Today is April the 23rd, 2024, and the sun is out shining. Snow is melting. Still really cold out here, but I decided to come out to the back part of the house and then way over to the left. So I can see where I can get to. So the other day I went down there, let me see, way down there where the cedars are, and the big water pit, I don't know what it is. So, oh, that's the house next door. But no one lives there. They bought it like 2 months before I bought this house. That was a little over 3 years ago. And before it was purchased, it did have a new roof, but it had been vacant for so many years. From what I was told, people would like buy it, but they never moved in. And then they would sell it, and then someone else would buy it, and they never moved in. And then somebody actually bought it. They were gonna make it a Chinese food restaurant out in the country in the middle of nowhere, where it's the size of a city and you have less than 2,000 homes. Anyways, that didn't work out. So these people bought it, also from Ontario, and they just never moved in. I only saw them one time here for like a week. They did have new electrical put in, but it's not livable. So from what I was told, all the sewage, ooh, there's something over there. I see it moving. Wait. Yeah, right in there. So the sewage drains into the basement, and they can't figure out where the septic tank is. So I had to tell them, you don't have one. So unless there's one that nobody knows about, but back in these days, or back in the day, they didn't have septic tanks. They had these cedar box things, and that's what they had. That's what I have. And actually, they are amazing, because if you think about it, for over 100 years, like my house has been using that cedar box, like fermenting septic tank. You don't have to drain it. You don't have to do anything. You just leave it, and it's perfectly fine. It's like the best septic system because you don't have to do anything. So, anyways, here they're gonna have to do something to move their 6 kids in the house. But anyways, this is what I have to live next to. But I'd rather this than bad neighbors. So I will take a vacant house over bad neighbors. The barn the roof of the barn collapsed last winter. So there's all kinds of wildlife and rodents all living in there. Oh my gosh, look at, I've been seeing probably the raccoon tracks is what I see. So if anybody knows when bears wake up in zone 4B, please let me know, because it is a very, very heavy bear area. And I don't mind, because I am only seen a bear one time, like 2 years ago, and it just walked across my property. I thought it was a dog. It was like, it looked like a big black dog. It was just skinny. Anyways, so I want to airgraft those trees, actually. That's on my list. So what I'm trying to do today is, that's where I was the other day, was back in there. But this here, I discovered, when I first moved here, it was in the winter. So as soon as the snow melted, I wanted to take a look at my property, but, being here by myself, and there's animals, and I don't know where I am. I don't know property. There's no property lines. There's no fences. So you have to be really careful. And I found this thing here. It's just a path, and it's fairly clear, except, I mean, you have to come in here when the snow is just melting, or you're not going to be able to get in here, because it will be like at least 6 feet tall, with weeds and all kinds of stuff that just, you know, shoots up. So it's really sad actually back in here, because it could be so nice if it was taken care of, but there's down trees everywhere. Look at this. So this is the only spot that I have found so far on my property with a lot of cedar trees, and I'm so happy, because a lot of them, you know, they're probably going to start to rot like the rest of them and fall down and just lay there to rot. So I don't like cutting down trees, but sometimes you might as well. If they're just going to die or crack and break and fall, you might as well use them. I can make so many raised beds out of these. So one of the top things on my list, I think it's like number 3, I'm going to see if the neighbor will come and help me if he won't charge too much. I mean, he has years of experience doing all this stuff. So, and he has all the equipment and everything. And maybe he could come and take these out, and we can put the sawmill right there. Just drive across my yard and get all this milled into lumber that I can use to raise beds. So this trail actually goes to my cleared lot. So when I bought the house, it had a cleared lot. I don't know acres. Like, I'm just thinking, okay, how big was my dad's property? Okay, compared to this size, and my dad had 4 acres. So I'm like, this is probably 2 acres. So I have a cleared section of land that's about 2 acres-ish. And it's very easy for me to get to. Look at this though, so sad. And it's like swampy, but they're big trees down. There, look at that. Oh, and there's also garbage mixed up in here everywhere. Look at this. That's just like some kind of piping, but funny thing is that it actually looks to be in good condition. So I think the people that lived in the house next door that used to have, they had goats and a U-pick raspberry farm, and I think they dumped all their crap here in my forest, because I found an animal medication bottle with a vet prescription on it, and it said like the expiry date was like 2019. Well, these people did not have animals at all, and the guy died like 2 years ago. He was in a nursing home for how many years before that? His wife died way long before that. So there was no animals here. Why would there be animal medication on my property that has an expiry date of around 2019? That's around the time that those people, I think it was way before that they sold that property. But, you know, it's just the expiry date, so they probably got it way before then. But a lot of garbage out here. I mean, look at this. So sad. Okay, those trees, I don't know if you can see them. There's a group of 3. They're about to tumble right over. I think there's just like some trees in here, they haven't fell over because other trees are holding them up. But for the most part, they just, okay, a lot of stuff in here was actually cut down because he owned a sawmill, and he only cared about money. He was all about his money and how much he can hoard. But a lot of trees just fall. I mean, look at this. I don't know if you can see in there. You see how it's leaning? You know, like, these are not good, healthy trees. So I might as well try and get them out of here, turn it into lumber. And then the sun can get in here and dry this up a bit. And it would, if this got cleaned up, it would be so beautiful, because this is amazing soil. It's so rich. I mean, this is so many decades of leaves and twigs and animal poo. So down in here in the summer, it's pitch black. It's so dark because all the leaves on the trees are in full bloom and you can't get in here. But look at this, like metal buckets crushed, another metal bucket, a whole pile of paint cans. And here, we'll play a game. How many paint cans can you spot? So there's all kinds of paint cans. There's spray paint. And then, oh, it's kind of like a Where's Waldo book, but for like how many paint cans or how many metal crushed cans can you find? And how many rusted paint cans? How many glass bottles can you see? I mean, that actually is one thing I don't mind, is the glass bottles, because some of them are like, actually most of them are in perfect, well-preserved condition. They look brand new and I can reuse those. So I can at least recycle some things in here, you know, so it's not all like garbage where you get plastic oil containers and rusted paint cans. Like, it's just a huge garbage dump. Oh, it's a, let's see what's over. Let's just take a look and see what we have here just for fun. Okay, this here is, does it have a name on it? Oh, deposit, no return, 28 fluid ounce. I don't know what it is. Can't see. No, just, it doesn't have a name on it, but that's old. Perfect condition. There's another one. Oh, this actually has a cap on it. Let me see. It says, I don't want to touch it. PAART, maybe? On the top, it says, let me see. I don't know. I can't make that out. But that's one of the problems in here is, oh my gosh, I found a lid to a pot. Fairly decent condition or something maybe, but, oh, like, it's glass. But it's just really sad. I mean, look, there's a lot of broken glass, but, you know, it's really sad. I think, you know, that's what they did. They just dumped, and look at in here. Let me just go up a little bit. Where's that? Oh yeah, right there. There's so much garbage. It's really sad. You know, like, even if I pull the trees out and try and get all these branches and stumps and everything, like, there's just so much garbage. So the trucks will be like crushing all of this right into the soil. There's more metal containers. So it's sad, but you know, this is the perfect time. Like, if you have help, I mean, if you don't have help, you could do it, but I don't like coming in here by myself. So let's just see here. Oh, there's another one. Perfect condition. It doesn't have a name on it though. But you know, if you come in here and you have some help, you know, like these are in perfect condition, you could recycle them. You know, you could, if there's like canning jars in here that are in good condition, you could use them. I actually think I found one the other day, so I'm happy. But you know, some stuff like this here, look at this old green one. Doesn't have a name, but things like that, if you took your time, you could come out here and you could clean it up, and it could be really nice. But when you've got broken stuff and all this plastic bottles, it makes it difficult. So I want to show you my cleared land, but some of this is my fault actually. because I wanted so badly to try and clear out this path that I got some really good fiskars. Oh my gosh, what is that? So tiny. I got some really good quality fiskars, cutters, and I came in here and I started, oh my gosh, it looks like rubber mats in there. Oh, so this here, it goes up a hill, huge trees, and then here it goes down the hill. And then once you go down, it actually flattens out to the back of my house. So anyways, I came in here with cutters and I cut tons and tons and tons of the branches and everything so that I could get a fairly decent path in here. Is this? It's funny because it looks like concrete. I think it's a big chunk of rock or something. So here's my big problem. Now, it's possible, like, if this part here got cleaned out and widened a bit, you could drive a vehicle kind of on a slight angle and get down here. But this has to get removed, so I don't have a chainsaw. And no, I don't even want to learn to use one. No interest in chainsaws. I hate saws. They scare me. So I have to get someone to cut this mess. Or, yeah, you can't pull it out with a tractor in here. So it goes all the way down there. So this has to come out. There's 2 of them. These have to come out because it's blocking my path and I have to climb over them. And that's dangerous, but I think they sunk in the ground because it's easier to climb over them now than what it was before. So that's good, but it's still difficult. And then this here, look at all the cedar trees that were cut down. So many cedar trees cut down. At least they left me some, so that was nice. Well, I think he left it for himself, but then he probably didn't plan on me going in a nursing home so soon. Or, well, I mean, he was in his 70s or 80s, I think. I don't know. All I know is he's tried to stay in the house as long as possible, and that's why there is a random toilet in the back of my living room. So my living room is the whole width of the side of the house. It's like long and narrow. And there's a toilet in the back wall of the living room and a sink. So you put there's no wall. And so there's just a toilet and sink in my living room. But, you know, you could have put it in the kitchen and took the laundry room out, put the washer and dryer in the sunroom. But no, that costs money and he's not going to part with his millions, literally. So he literally died a millionaire. The kids got all his money and then just went and spent it. So it makes you wonder, what was the point of, you know, just hoarding all your money, not spending it, not enjoying your life because you live in a house that's not being taken care of. And, you know, it's not enjoyable to live in a house that doesn't even have a front porch, doesn't have a working front door. I don't know. But anyways, just some random info. Back in here, I see water. Very swampy in here, but it's swampy because they dumped all the cedar sawdust in here, or not cedar, but all different kinds of sawdust from the sawmill. They just dumped it way back in here, like from my house. My house is like way over there. So you come down, like my house, actually no, it's like way over there. So you come down the hill and then it's flat. So from way back there and all in there, this was mostly all cleared many years ago. And then they just dumped all the sawdust. So it's really good for building compost, but it makes the ground super soggy because the sun cannot get in here to dry anything. So this is like fermenting compost in here. I honestly think this is one of the best areas for soil that I've ever seen in my life, because in some of the areas I scooped some soil up and it was like rich black soil. It was beautiful. And out here, it's clay and rock. Like, I can't even dig a shovel half a foot in the ground because it's hard clay and rock. So it's actually amazing soil back in here. And I thought I saw something back in there. Oh yeah, it looks like a barrel. A rusted barrel back. I would actually love to go back in there one day. I just don't want to sink in the ground. But I'd like to see what's in there. So, show you how far I came. So there's the trees that I had to climb over. I mean, I think back in the day they actually did have the logging trucks go through here. So it could be fixed up, and there's water, and you could get a vehicle down here. I actually considered building a house in here to get away from the road and the nosy neighbors, but it's not close enough to the water. And my life dream has always been to have a house on the ocean with a beach, a sandy beach that I can walk on every day, and I can just listen to the ocean in my windows. It was my dream. And I'm doing everything I can to make that happen. This was step one, do the best I can with what I have. And then I actually found the land, my dream land. And also my dream is dirt cheap. So I actually found fairly dirt cheap, and it's what I want. So in the area I want, but now I need $100,000. So yes, I'm selling my house, but it's nowhere near good enough condition to put up for sale just yet, because whatever I sell the house for, I have to purchase the new land and have enough money to build a house, nothing fancy, just large basement with a cellar and ranch. I want a house where if I have problems, I can get up on the roof myself and fix it. And I'm not dependent on trying to find somebody. And I can clean a chimney myself. So I'm not dependent. Because, yeah, I couldn't use my wood stove this year. Well, I couldn't afford wood to put in it. But I also couldn't find anyone to get up on my roof to clean my chimney out, because my house is 2 stories, plus I have an attic up there, a walk-up attic. So I might as well say like 3 stories, or like 2.5. Oh my gosh, look at these blooms. Look at that. It is so beautiful to see. Oh, so nice. I don't know what it is. Oh, okay. So I also found out, because I had to ask people, oh, there's so muddy out here. I had to ask, why are these things on my property? So apparently, like before I owned the house and the property, the guy used to well, I probably charged him, but anyways, he would let somebody, one of the farmers, I guess, come and harvest hay here. So that's why I'm finding rotted bales back in there, but that's okay. Could be worse. So this here is the bottom of my trail. My property goes straight out that way to the side road, and I have a driveway. It doesn't, well, it's just a little bit of a driveway. It's all overgrown. I can't get through, but there's an opening of a driveway. So, you know, it's good property. You could very easily, like, you know, clear that out and have like a driveway off the side road way in the back and build like a house or a business, and you have one property, but it's like 2 completely different, you know, homes or something. Anyways, so there's the trail, and then this here is my land. So this here is the big huge hill, a big huge hill, and it actually slopes down. Now where all those trees are, that's like the property line. So my property is not too wide, but you could do quite a bit here. You know, it's quiet, there's no houses back here, but the neighbor's house is like down that way and then straight up there. So anyways, these are my trees though, because the property line is like on the other side of the trees. I mean, beautiful, huge trees. But look at this. This is growing everywhere. So on my list, I have a large list. I need to get a neighbor with a tractor and a bush hog. And I'd like them to come in here and try and clear this out so that it's flat. And when I try to sell the house, whoever buys it, they have fresh land here. Because you could very easily put like a cab. Oh, so this slopes down, but over here, that's where I considered building a house in the middle of nowhere on my property. So you're surrounded by woods and there's nothing over there. It's just all woods all the way to the side road. And that part's flat. So here I'm still on the hill going down. And oh yeah, another reason, I can't wait to move. So I was raised that you do not go on other people's property unless you have permission. Well, people around here, that they just, I don't know, it's just not a thing. So around here, people have their side-by-sides and their ATVs, and they just go on anybody's property they want, and you just, it's like, that's just what people do. So they go all over people's property. So I don't know if you could see it from over here. Let's see. So this is all my property. And over here, there's an opening. So you could get to the property behind it. Now, I've explored and I can go out here and then go that way and come all the way up, go past my house, come up the ATV trail, and I can get to my house. So I do know where that goes. And it's very peaceful and quiet back here. Oh, what's this? Probably deer. There is deer out here. So, okay, right there where those trees are. Oh my goodness. The smell here is quite a bit. Oh my goodness. So somebody's has their wood stove on because you can smell. If you've ever smelled the air when somebody has their wood stove on, it's a nice woodsy smell, but sometimes it's a bit much. So it's very, very, very strong woodsy smell here. But those are my hazelnuts. Wait, I don't know if you can see. So I have tons and tons of hazelnuts right in there, all over there. Oh, and these are all apple trees too. I don't know what they taste like because I can never get back here during that time, but there are so many apple trees everywhere around here. So my plan is, and I've started, I have 5 branches air grafted so far. So I'm trying to get as much air grafted as possible. And then if the apples turn out to be no good, it's not that big of a deal because it costs me less than $1 to air graft. So I'm gonna try and do that. And then over here, where the hill is, tons of apple trees, just loaded. They're everywhere. Apple trees everywhere. So right there, there's a clearing. You can get a vehicle through there. So if I want to go to the side road, you go through there and then you just keep going, you turn left and you just cut through the field and go all the way to the side road. That's how I can get here. So if I wanted to do anything here, I would have to come up the side road, cut through the field, and then come in here. There's the bird. So I'm coming through here and there's a second clearing, and I was so, oh look at all these birds, they're so cute. Look at all these birds out. Still, oh, one moved. Okay, so I'm gonna go uphill and just show you what's behind this. So there's that clear spot, and then up here you can clearly see where these ATVs come and side-by-sides through my property. I thought I heard something. You have to be loud back here because you don't know what animals are here. Now, this is the problem I don't like. If people are just being respectful, it's fine. But beer cans, there's so many beer cans. That's another thing out here I've noticed. People drinking and driving is just like a normal thing out here. So at any point in time, another apple tree. Okay, I saw a cherry hanging off of one of these trees a year ago. So maybe it's this one. But I think one of them's a cherry tree. I don't know if it's a good cherry or not, but I saw cherries. So this is probably an apple. But I want to get out here to an ear graft. But you can see there's clearly a well-used path here because everything in the middle is chopped down. So look at those big trees. I always have to stop and listen, as you never know. But I'm always hoping I'll see deers. They are around, but not too much. Here's something. Okay. Probably should turn back. But another garbage pile. Okay, so maybe you can see another garbage dump. So like I said, I don't mind people cutting through here if they're kind and respectful and stuff, but there's so many garbage piles on my property. There are all these little cedars and they're so cute. These big trees. Look how tall these trees are. Definitely don't have those in the city where I'm from. Okay, I'm just trying to go a little bit careful. And, oh, metal. Looks like it's from a pipe. Maybe wood stovepipe. And then in here, I could actually, if I wanted to, this here is flat. So I could walk in there if I wanted to, but I don't. And, oh, there's tires. Let's just see. Yeah, lots of garbage in there. So this here is the other side to the area that I showed where I thought I considered building. So if I was stuck and I had to stay here, I would build back there. And that's where I would move to. It's just too much being close to the road. So that's the trail I just came down. And this here is a cleared section. I mean, gets a lot of direct sun. Look at that. Beautiful direct sun. So this here could very easily be like greenhouse, gardens, anything back here. Gets really good light. And you could actually, oh, there is a path actually right there. That goes across to the cleared area where I thought of building a house, a cabin. So this here is a cleared lot, and I found a random daffodil 2 years ago when I came looking in here. And just random, out of nowhere in the grass. Pretty little daffodil. And then look at this big apple tree. So I want to look at all these apple trees, but I'm going to take some branches off, or air graft some branches. So that means, oh goodness. So I have to come out here again, and I don't even have a riding lawnmower. So to come out here, I have to lug all my stuff. I have to lug my rooting powder, my bags of soil. I tried just scooping it up from the ground, but there's so much roots and grass and rocks. So, to have to lug everything down here, it is a bit much. Now, this is the end of my squiggly line property line. So that is the neighbor's property starting there. So now my property goes like this. So my property, okay, so my property, we came down this way. Now it's gonna go like that, right out to the side road. And then my property on this side is gonna, like from way back there, it's gonna go way out like that way. So it's just weird. But I will show you that this here is actually another trail that I have. I can't really use it though, but I will just give you an idea. Not going very far. But oh my gosh, look at all these tracks. Anyways, so this here is a better trail to come down. I think this is where they actually had the like bigger, heavier trucks because it's more flat and it goes way up to my property. So this is my trail, but when it comes this way, this here is like a property line as well. So on the right of here is the neighbor's property. So this is neighbor, and then this is me. So I'll try not to slip and fall in here. Look at these trails. That, it definitely looks bare. I don't know, it looks like a big bear paw, but there's bears everywhere. So hopefully they're still asleep. But I'm just gonna show you how beautiful it is back here. So the neighbor's property, yeah, he's got the nice property because they maintained it. The people that had it before him, well, kind of. It's been like this. It's overgrown and neglected for so many years. Oh wait, here's where the trail comes out. So actually, okay, so here's where the trail is. This is where you come out. So on the left is all my property up the hill. And just this little spot on the right is like theirs. But mostly all the big trees are mine because it kind of curves to the right and comes up. Anyways, they have this huge hill and hazelnuts are all over at the top of this hill. So it comes down here. I mean, it's still difficult when you're dealing with a hill, but you can flatten it. Or you can just use it for gardening, but look at how much cleared land they have back here. This is so my property's on that side. Like all those trees, that's my property line. But theirs goes way out. Look at all these trails. These, I think, might be deer. Let's hope they're deer. But, right here, right there is actually a little creek. Maybe I will go up to it. It's crystal clear water. It's beautiful. Well, let's just take a little walk here. So how I know where I am is because I got lost here. So I was exploring 2 summers ago because I'm looking for like fruit trees other than apples and berries, and I want to see what I have. I was determined to find blueberries. Nope, nothing. Apparently you have to go further south, but that's fine. I'll get my own blueberries and I'll make a whole bunch of blueberry plants. If I have to buy plants, I will be making a whole bunch from them. So that's fine. But I couldn't find much, but it looks like they strategically planted trees back here. So they must be of some importance. And I would love to, there's a cute little, it's a little bird's nest. So cute. Look at that. Tiny little birdie nest. They used to have, a long time ago, my neighbor told me, they had bees. And they were either at that top part of the hill or it was that back corner. I can hear the water. So they did have bees, which is nice because apparently a lot of people, not anymore, but have bees, and it's no problem out here, because that's another thing on my list. I need to get some bee boxes. See, I don't know what this is, but I feel like it must be something good, because why would it be here? You know, this is very well cleared land, but they have stuff here that, you know, I thought must be a fruit tree or something, but, you know, I can't come back here when it's all 4 and 5 foot grass and weeds and picker bushes. Look at the picker bushes. This is what I have to trek through. And it goes right in to the fabric of your clothes. I've lost some clothes from these pickers. It's just all pickers. Oh, I can hear the water. Oh, okay. We have evidence of some animal. But I actually was, I was praying so bad that this was my property line here, but it's actually back there, because this would be so amazing to dig out. So what I wanted to do, I would love to get an excavator and clear, like make this a long ditch and have a beautiful stream here. See, look at this. Ooh. I don't know if you can see it, but there's actually rock. So I think at some point this is a beautiful stream that was well cared for. And it comes from up the hill somewhere. So if all of this was cleared out, you could put like a ditch kind of thing, but it's going around this land. I don't know if I can get this close, but it's crystal clear, beautiful, beautiful fresh water. Look at this. I mean, this is the kind of water that I would like to have if I could have free range chickens, or my dream is to have a dairy cow. So this is beautiful, beautiful water if you have a dairy cow. I mean, how amazing is this? It's all natural. It's so beautiful. And it's all fresh and clean. So, you know, if all that got cleaned out, and it goes all the way down, like way down there. And some of this actually goes on my property because I saw it one day. So, I do have a spot where this comes on my property. Oh, there's a little bird. But see, because this is not clean or cleaned out, you lose a lot of this precious water and it's not as beautiful. But let's, ooh, it's really soggy. Oh, it's so clean. There's that little tiny baby waterfall. I think it's because there is a little miniature tree thing that, like little piece of tree that tipped over. But and then it comes down here. So it actually gets a little bit nicer down here. No, there's no fish. In case anybody's wondering, well, at least I haven't seen any. Look at that. And this is what I want. I would love to open my windows and hear this. I love water, so I want to hear water. And that's one reason why I need to be like on the ocean or close to it, so I get that peace. And it's a really good frequency for your health as well. But it goes all the way out there. I'm not gonna slip and fall in the mud just to go down there. But it is so beautiful, so gorgeous. So nice. But no, not my property. So here's another view. I don't know if you could see the hill going up, but out here in the Appalachians where I live, in this particular area, it is very difficult to find any flatland. Yep, that's snow. Very difficult to find any flatland. There are areas, but for the most part, you have to make it. You have to make your own flatland. So I'm just gonna head back on my trail, well, the neighbor's trail. And such a shame to see all this just sitting here, just not being used, not being taken care of. Yeah, I probably should get out of the picker bush. It's all picker bushes. Everyone, so much clothes in picker bushes. So, whew. You wouldn't think about it, but it is quite the workout going uphill. And that's something else. On Google Earth, it does not show you the hills. So when I looked at my property looked like it was flat. And cameras make things look flat, but they're not. So it looks like a little tiny hill. No, you don't want to have to walk up that hill. The camera decreases like 100 feet. So if you see a hill, add like 100 feet. There's the hill. So when I bought my land, Google Earth made it look flat, and I got so excited. And I got here, I'm like, what the heck? Why is my house on a hill? Because like 3/4 of the sides of my house, it slopes down. Now it's good because you never have to worry about flooding, but you can't do very much on hills. So, you know, there's a lot I can do, but it just makes it a bit more challenging. So down here in that one area, actually, you can see it on the other side of the trees, that's my flatland. So you can make flatland. Sometimes you can find it, but that's another thing to consider when you're buying property. You can look up on Google Earth, like, oh, looks so nice. Look at all this. Well, it looks flat, but often doesn't show you the hilly and the slopey stuff. It sure doesn't on Google Earth for my house. So, if you buy a house online, like I had to do, is the best option I had at the moment. And, you know, it's just one of those things. You just keep in mind the land may not be flat, but sometimes if you have the right equipment, you can make it flat. Here's the apple tree again. Whew. Nice walk. It's today is actually the hottest day so far. I think it's going up to 60. So it's been in the around like 40, 42. It's like the high, and then it's still in the 30s at night. So it's very nice to finally have 60s. It's beautiful actually, and I will not be coming back out here anytime soon. It's just not safe. But you can see all these things are cut right off. I don't know if you can see them. So it's very clear that ATVs and side-by-sides are going all over my property, because all down the middle, it's all cut off. And you can see where they run over it all and chop it off, and I don't like that. So another reason to move, because the land I bought, there's nobody around there to go all over your property, but here there is. I'm in the country, kind of in the middle of nowhere, but more towards the west, like, yeah, I'm kind of in the middle of nowhere, but I'm where all the traffic goes past to get to there in the middle of nowhere. So it is fairly high traffic road here, and there's just so many people on these vehicles around here. So don't like that. And if the ocean is your backyard, then you have a lot less to deal with. So I'm gonna come up here to get back to the, oh my gosh. So yeah, this is what I see all the time. Bear poo. But that's really good. I like seeing, oh, there's another one. So, oh my god, it's like every few feet, bear poo pile. So I love that though. Literally every 1 foot, they're just everywhere. But that's good because it's good fertilizer. Actually, it's great fertilizer for the ground. But, I mean, look at this massive apple tree. So, I just need to find someone with a side-by-side or a vehicle that could come up the field, cut through that opening, come up here, and I can graft all these apple trees. So, I mean, at one point, I'm assuming that this was an orchard because there's so many all along the sides, but there's none behind them. So I think that, you know, these are probably good apples because on the other side, all along the property line, it's all apple trees. So I think this was probably an orchard at some point, and then they just cleared it because people around here don't care. When, you know, why go out in the woods, like, even though it's right behind your house, and collect apples when you can just go to the grocery store? That's their mindset. So, but my thought is, even if they're not delicious apples, I can make apple vinegar. I hate apple cider vinegar. It is so disgusting, so gross. So I don't really have interest in apple cider vinegar, but you know, the apple, I have to be careful when I hear things. So apple vinegar is amazing for cleaning. So, you know, you could do so much with it for cleaning, and it's basically free. Oh, it's just so beautiful. I don't even know what it is, but it's pretty. So, yeah, that might be the apple tree that was in the way before. There was an apple tree around here in the way, and I found the only berry plant I found here. It was I think it was blackberry. I think it was blackberry. I found one here. I was so happy. It had a little tiny plant. It had one blackberry on it. I was so happy. It had a whole bunch more growing. And I came back a few weeks later to harvest, and it was gone. It was missing. So I think the bear ate it. So I personally have not found anything in here so far except apples. My hazelnuts are at the back. It's just the first part of my property. I can't explore the back. It's all woods. So I've only come up this far. Ooh, mud. So I've only come up this far, and no berry. Well, first year I was here, raspberries everywhere, like you wouldn't believe. Just ridiculous amounts of raspberries. And problem I found is that I only got a handful because raspberries need sun. So when it's so dense and there's thousands of raspberries all clumped together everywhere, what happens is only the top of the plants get sun and only the raspberries on the outside get sun. So all these beautiful, healthy raspberry plants didn't bear any raspberries. And it's because they can't get sun. So if you plan on having raspberries, make sure that you have space in between your raspberries so they can get sun on all sides of the plants. But I mean, wild raspberries here, they just grow wherever. And it was like grass. So I have to go over this log here. There's two. Just try and be careful. Oh, ow. Oh. And also watch out for these. They hurt. Oh, my leg. So, you know, if you are planting stuff, just make sure that they have lots of space. So when they grow, they still get lots of sun. Now I'm going up this hill. But you know, this definitely could be cleared out on a road to go right down to the cleared lot. So, you know, a lot of options here, but I need a basement. So, look at this. Burn barrel, not usable. And we're back up. Whew. I think this is an apple tree. Huh, that might be good. I don't know. And go through the snow. Back here. Look at the crap in their yard. So I can't complain because I at least don't have, there's so much crap all over here. I mean, I can't complain because at least I don't have to deal with all that, but there's crap everywhere. So funny thing, my property line, so it comes out like to the right. So the right, this is all my stuff, but it goes like this. Half circle, wait, my battery's dying. So half circle, and then where you see that space in the trees, the left side is their property, right side's mine. But there's a half circle until you get there. So like all this part of their backyard, all of this is mine. What a weird property line. Because when you move into a house, you assume your backyard is yours. Nope, I own a half circle of your backyard. Who does that? So that's where the you pick raspberry farm was there. It's been overgrown for how many years? Like a decade. I don't know if they're any good. But I mean, I could walk back in there at any time and I could see if they're any good, take some clippings. They're just rotting. So good. So much work they have to do. I mean, that poor barn. The whole back, actually. Maybe I will, but I have to be careful. So maybe I will just show you a picture, because technically I'm on my property. I'm in my half circle, but you know, this just shows you what happens. So even if you're buying a property that, you know, the structures are still standing, looks okay, and you think, oh, well, you know, I'll fix that or something. Sometimes that happens before you can fix it or before you can safely tear it down. So that is a huge, massive mess. Now, the tree is not mine, but the branches are on my property. So legally, I could air grass some of this, I mean, yeah, why not? I'm gonna come back and air grass some of this. I highly doubt they'll be here in 2 months. Even if they are, it doesn't matter, it's still my property. But, you know, you always gotta be nice and respectful, but I highly doubt they'll care, because the one time I saw them, only time, they were trying to cut the grass and they were just like, we're clearing everything, start fresh. So that's good. But a lot of animal tracks back here. Oh, and that's a garage, it's not part of the house. And I saw, I don't know, looking back, I don't think it was a dog. I think it was a big white coyote. But I haven't heard any close to me. My neighbors have all heard them, but I have not heard the coyote, or I haven't seen them. I have heard some way far away, but so far we don't have any around my house. So it probably was a fox, just a light colored fox. We do have lots of foxes around here, but I saw one up at that top part where the door is. It's just a garage, there's no upstairs. And a lot of wild animals living in there, the garage and the barn. So, you know, it's not ideal because I don't want them over here. I was outside last year and it was just when the sun was going down, like just starting to get dark. And I just happened to see 2 huge critters coming out of that garage that's attached to the house and going into the woods. And I thought it was bear cubs. No, those are the raccoons. Now I can't complain because the raccoons have always been nice to me. I'm very careful, but I had to go in my woodshed to get wood a few years ago, and I had to go way to the back, and it sloped down where it's only like 3 feet tall, and then it slopes up to like 5 feet or something. Anyways, I had to get the last bit of wood, and it's dark, and I go in there way at the back, and something was telling me, look up to the right, and I did. Big, huge raccoon, like 5 times the size of my dog. But I just nicely gave it a compliment. So you look very nice, very lovely. I'm just gonna put my wood down. And I very carefully put my hands up, started backing away, didn't make eye contact, and just talked very slow and nice. And I got out of that woodshed. Never did get my wood. It was a little cold night. But so far, they've always been nice to me the few times I accidentally ran into them. So I like to keep it that way. But so I'm now back home, and that was my little exploration for the day. Now that snow is melting, I can get back there. So nothing bad, which is good. I was hoping I wouldn't see anything bad back there. But also, you know, nothing exciting. I'm still hoping there'll be a mystery fruit tree back there I'll just happen to find. But anyways, that was what I'm up to right now, and I have a few things I'm gonna do later. So I'm going to post a video of coupons that I randomly got in the mail for free or close to free dog food, different brands. And you know, it could be something that's like interesting to some people, especially that pets, or if you know someone that has dogs and you know you're looking for ways to save money, I can show you how I've been able to get like actual full-size bags of pet food for free. Oh, I do have a cat food coupon as well, but I get cat food for free sometimes, coupons sometimes, good ones, like basically it's the price of a free bag. So I'll do a video showing people how I get like free pet food sometimes. Hopefully it helps some people. Always good to know, especially nowadays. Like even if it's not the brand that you like, if it's free, then get it, package it properly so you extend the freshness, like vacuum seal it or whatever, and put it away, because if there's ever a time when you can't get to the store or you just don't have money, you know, something happens and you have expenses that you have to try and figure out how to pay that are important, or medical, anything. It's good to have that extra food, as long as, you know, it's something that you'll use for an emergency. You know, if you don't have a dog, well, I mean, it's good to put aside so you can help someone that does have a dog if you come across them. But, you know, if you have pets, it's good to have emergency food. So if something happens, you at least have something. It's better than nothing. So I'll do a video on that, and I'm not sure what else I have planned to post, but I do have some good info videos coming up. So this is just my walk, and I took you along with me, and I will not be going back there anytime soon. Nope. Bears are going to be waking up soon, and I won't be able to get back there with the grass. So just a nice little video so you can kind of see what I have to work with. And it's a good property. I mean, it really is. There's so much potential. Like, it just needs to be cleaned up, and it's beautiful, but it's just not for me. I don't have the equipment. I don't have the money to buy equipment, and I don't have a basement, and it's too hard for me to do all of this. But for somebody that, you know, has the time and clean it out, it can be a really amazing property. Especially with there's so much fruit trees, so many apple trees everywhere. And that was just a tiny bit of my property. I still have the whole other part, and hazelnuts everywhere. So who knows what else I'll find in here. But I'm still looking for sugar maple trees and some like walnut trees and all kinds of stuff. Whatever I can find that's good. Berry bushes. So anyways, I will see you on my next video, and hope you have an amazing day and you have a nice hot sun like I have that melts the snow, because this is really nice. It's been a very enjoyable day to be out here in the hot sun.